Hello and welcome everyone. Today we are going to discuss a topic delimitation. Fine. And in this context, day before yesterday, our Home Minister, Mr. Amit Shah, have assured to all southern states that there will be no discrimination in delimitation with any of the South Indian states. With this statement of our Home Minister, the debate is being triggered regarding the issue. Okay? So, in this session, we will try to understand what delimitation means and why it is in discussion or controversy. Fine? So, let's understand this. Okay? So, first of all, India is a democratic country. Okay? And especially, India works on the principle of representative democracy. Okay? Representative democracy. For your basic understanding, suppose that this is a country and this country total population is 100. And we have decided the principle of 1:25. 1:25 means for every 25 people, there will be one representative. For every 25 people, there will be one representative. So what we did, we are going to divide in this manner. The simplest way, 25, 25, 25, 25. Okay? But what if this area is of minorities? Okay? Here there are some minorities. 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 Okay. And if you will divide in this way, you will never get a proper representation from this minority community. Okay. So we have to make the division of this area in such a way so that minorities can be also being represented. Okay. If we will do in this way, then it is possible that particular community, they will not get any representation. So this is why delimitation becomes an issue sometimes. If you did deliberately, then you are going to not allow a particular section of the population to be get represented. Why? Because election happens on the first past the post system. Means the person who is getting the highest vote is going to be elected as a winner. And here from this case, it is clear. Similarly, if you will go for this distribution, you have put all the minorities in one area. Fine? One community in one area, all the communities, majority community in one area, and other is what? Minority community. Or this is community C2 and this is community C1. In this case, what will happen? Whenever election will happen, only people from what? People from C1 community will get their representation, where the people from community C2 will not get their representation. So this is why delimitation exercise should happen in such a manner there should not be any discrimination. Okay? So to understanding the nature of Indian system and our country, it is having various kind of the minorities, whether it is religious or any other kind of the minority. Our constitution makers, they are very firm and clear on this matter. And that is why they have a provision in our constitution. There is a provision of what? There is a provision of delimitation. Fine. There is a provision of delimitation. So our constitution in Article 82 and under Article 170, there is a provision of what? There is a provision of delimitation after every census. Fine. So by following this, after census in 1951, then in 1961, then in 1971. After the census, delimitation happened. Okay. So what happened in the delimitation, as I have given this example, what? 1 is to what? 25. Now suppose if the population is going to increase from 100 to what? 200. And we are following the principle of what? 1 is to 25. That means now the number of representative, which was earlier how much? 4. Now it has to be increased what? 8. So similarly, what happened? Every time the population is going to be calculated under the census, the number of seats in Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha is also going to what? Increase. Fine. But what happened in 1971, sorry. In 1971, when the census was happened, India's decadal growth rate was 24.99. So India's population was increasing with a decadal growth rate of 24.99. It means that within next decade, we are going to double our population, and there will be situation of population explosion. Fine. So we have to control what? We have to control the population. That was a main task of the government. In fact, India was the first democratic country in the world which has opted what? Population control measure. By a democratic country, because it is considered as a right of a person. So there is no need to force someone to have limited number of child. But in fact, India did that first time, and India was the first democratic country in the world to opt this policy. Okay. And what was the purpose? To control the population. And that is why we have made a change. We have made a change in our constitution under the delimitation. And listen carefully, what change have been made. They have made a change कि we will continue the process of what? We will continue the process of delimitation even after that. But we will freeze number of seats. We will freeze number of seats till then year 2000. Means what? In this example, where I have given this example and I told you that there are what? There are 4 constituencies, and we have followed the formula of what? 1 is to 25. So population increased from 100 to 200. Then the number of representatives, which was earlier 4, increased to what? 8. Now suppose that population increased to how much? 400. Fine. So accordingly, we are going to have what? Accordingly, we are going to have more number of what? More number of representatives. Now we are going to have what? 16 representatives. So this was happening from 51, 61, 71. But after 71 census, what was decided? After 71 census, it was decided that we will not increase what? We will not further increase the seat. Seat will be remain same. Means number of representative will be remain same. Means what? We are using this formula. Now the population may be going to remain what? Increase. But we will have same number of representative. Representative is not going to be changed. Till then what year? Till then year 2000. Means we are going to have 16 representative for 400 people here. Now even if the population is going to be 800, it still will be what? 16 people, and these 16 representatives should represent what? 800 population. Now if population went to what? 1200, it's still how many people? 12 people. So the territorial area is going to be divided in such a manner so that that area can accommodate how much? 1200 population. So this was decided in what year? In 1972, it was decided, and they have freezed the delimitation activity in a manner that we will not increase the number of seats, but we will adjust the area to accommodate all people. Fine. But later on what happened? Again, constitution was amended, and after the amendment, this year, which was earlier 2000, it was increased to what? It was increased to year 2026 by 84th Constitution Amendment Act. So 84th Constitution Amendment Act have changed the year from 2000 to 2026. Okay, means what the amendment said that 84th amendment said that the exercise of changing the seats, which was supposed to happen after year 2000, now the number of seats can be changed under the delimitation only after the census of what? Only after census, which is going to be happen after which year? 2026. Okay, now come to the point. Census happens after every 10 years. Okay, so last census was happened in year 2011. That means the next census was due in what year? 2021. But because of COVID, census was not happened. COVID over, election came. So government said that after election we will conduct this census. Even election happened, but government is what? Remain silent on the issue of what? Government is remain silent on the issue of what? Government is remain silent on the issue of census. Why? Why? Now here the debate. So suppose government is going to start the census in this year. Which year? 2025. If government is going to start the census in year 2025, that means that data of this census cannot be used for what purpose? Delimitation purpose. Why? Because as per 84th Constitutional Amendment Act, for delimitation of the seats, number of seats, only after what? Census, after which year? After 2026, the census data will be recorded. Now, if government is going to delay, not going to conduct what? Census in what year? 2025. And government is going to conduct the census, start the census in 2026. And census data will finally come what? Census data will finally come 2027 or 28. Or even government is going to start the census in 2027. So if government will start the census in 2027, then this census data will be used for what purpose? It will be used for the delimitation purpose. And if this data is going to be used, then definitely certain states, especially the northern states like Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Madhya Pradesh, their seats are almost going to be double from their number. Whereas southern states which have lesser population, then they are going to have a marginal benefit. So any southern state, for example, Tamil Nadu. Fine. So Tamil Nadu is going to have increase of what? Tamil Nadu is going to have increase. Suppose that Tamil Nadu have 38 seats. As of right now, I am not able to recall exact number of seats. Suppose that it is 38. If I am not wrong, it is 38. So Tamil Nadu is going to have plus 8 seats. Whereas state of Uttar Pradesh, which may have 78 seats at present, their seats may be increased to 139. So in the general election, if this is going to happen, then the relevance of the southern states in the national politics is going to be less relevant. In fact, you can say that those political party who are able to control what? They are able to control UP, Bihar, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh and Gujarat. They are able to form the government, and the parties who are fighting election, especially the regional parties like in Tamil Nadu, in Telangana, in Andhra Pradesh, they are going to have less relevance in the national election. And less relevance means you cannot bargain to the central government for better facilities or better things. This is why southern states are having this concern, which is legitimate and genuine in the nature. So government have to come clear on this matter. But as of right now, government have not made any clarity. These states, they have legitimate demand of there should be federal principle. There should be of what? That should be happen on the basis of federal principle. Whereas the representative democracy principle says that everyone need to be represented properly. So if we will follow the democratic representation, then there need to be census, and census should be happen on what basis? Census should be happen on this basis. What basis? That is population. But on the federal principle, the seats should be remain what? Freezed. It should not be increased. As of right now, we are using census of 1971 in order to have number of seats. But if the census of 2026 or 27, whenever the government is going to conduct the census, especially after what? 2026. If government is going to conduct the census after 2026, then it will be really a problematic situation for southern states, and it will be against the federal principle. So government of India and all the states are stakeholder in this process, and they must sit together, resolve this matter amicably. That will be good for our representative democracy as well as federal principle. I hope you have understood this thing. If you need to know any other concept, fine, please comment in the comment box. I will make a video on it and I'll share with you. Okay?